it all leads to that. Everyone is abundant. The more that you have that understanding of how connected we all are, the more that you'll have an understanding of how abundant you are as well. As you go more into this journey and you go more into this self-discovery, you'll realize how significant and important it is to be your authentic self. Being your authentic self is loving yourself. Loving yourself leads to you loving other people and loving everything around you, and that is abundance. That in itself is abundant. And it leads to you having compassion for other people. It leads to you, again, having that understanding that we are all connected to each other. It makes sense why it happens where everyone strays away from being their authentic selves, from not being accepted by other people, but from being like ridiculed or like bullied or different things like that. And so it leads you to being a thing that you think you have to be, but it's really not yourself. And when you're not being your authentic self, there's a lot of things that won't come into your life. There's some things that will, but deep down inside, you're not accepting yourself. And so truthfully, you will not be accepted by other people. As within, so without. It's quite literally the truth. And the further you get into your journey, the more that you have a deeper understanding of that. And I am so glad to be a part of all of this. You know, everyone plays an important part of being on earth, like everyone does. And the deeper you get within your journey, the more of an understanding that you have to all of this. I love connecting with people, and I love meeting authentic people. I love talking to everyone, regardless of what stage that they are at within their journey. But there definitely is something that resonates on a deeper level when someone is authentically themselves. And again, like, I know that you feel that on the inside, and it's a very beautiful thing. It's quite literally the truth. And I know that you also feel this whenever you see someone being their authentic self. There's something that resonates within the deep parts of yourself. Because if you're a person that is still dealing with putting that part of yourself away, you know, you haven't necessarily stepped into yourself, but maybe you have, and that's part of the reason you found this video. You're stepping more into your authentic self, and you are your authentic self. Yeah, maybe you're a person that has been your authentic self, and you have that understanding now that that is the part of this. It all leads back to yourself. It all leads back to you being yourself, and that leads to you loving yourself. It's all love. It's about giving love. It's about experiencing love, and not just giving love to human beings, giving love to everything. Everything is connected. It feels so much better. Everybody wants love. And I, again, am not talking just about in a romantic sense. Love is something you express to living beings, living creatures. It's what we do. It's a part of what we do. And being your authentic self, releasing that part of yourself, allowing that yourself to be, that's what it's all about. And if you're watching this video, then that means you've been asking the right questions. You've made it to that understanding how important it is to be your authentic self. And for the people that are coming into that understanding where you are feeling like there's some importance to it, or maybe you're wanting to but you're still scared, it's okay to be scared, but do not allow yourself to be scared to the point where you never allow yourself to be authentically you. Just think about how much more connected you feel to another person when they are their authentic self, where they have allowed themselves to be that and to show up as themselves. Think about how connected you feel and how much more relatable it is to see someone who is strong enough to really show up as themselves, because it can be hard because of the different adversities that can happen from someone showing up as themselves. But again, just think about how it feels on the inside of your body when you come across someone who is just unapologetically themselves. There's a reason for that. That is not a coincidence. Everything is leading us to us being ourselves and leading us to being our authentic selves and connecting with each other and understanding that we are all connected. The whole point is to discover self. The whole point of all this is self-discovery. It's a journey for experience and to learn. And if you're watching this video, then that means you've been asking the right questions. And it also means that you are at the right place at the right time. A lot of times, the further that you get within your journey, you'll start to wonder if you are in the right place at the right time, because you may mistake complications or challenges as you being in the wrong direction. Some people may mistake challenges or slight complication as them being in the wrong path. This is another thing as well. Life does not have to be extremely complicated or overly complicated. A lot of times we do that to ourselves, where we will aspire to do something, and as soon as we start to think about that thing that we want to do, our mind starts to fill up with all of these different thoughts, whether that's, okay, well, I need to do this, that, and the third, I need to have this all in place first, and I need to do this before I can do that, and I need to do this and this. And a lot of times it's a matter of you just starting. It's not to say that whatever those things, some of those things was, depending on what it is that you're trying to start, isn't going to be something that you're going to need. But a lot of things that happen, a lot of times what happens is people allow their mind to talk them out of ever starting to begin with. And the difference between a lot of people is it's those people that start and actually do it, and then there's those people that allow their mind to take over and psych them out of it. And there's those people that think that they have to have all of these different things before they could ever start something. And a lot of times you could just start. Like, human beings get in a place where they have to over prepare for everything. It's almost like a psychological trick to never starting. It's like a psychological trick of never starting, and you put all of these things in front of the start. You have this right here. Okay, when I get here, I'm gonna start. And you line all these other things in front of it, which leads you to never starting. And people get in this habit of thinking that there's going to be a perfect time for something. People think there's going to be the right time for something. People think that someone's gonna come into their life and tell them this is the right time. And if that is you, this is your video. Right now is the right time to do it. People get so caught up within their lives and allow, certain habits to take over, and they really convince themselves that they have to have all these things in place in order for them to start. And a lot of times you should just start, like whatever it is, like just allow yourself to do it. What you'll realize is all of these people that you see that have lives that maybe you aspire, it's like that's you as well. You are also capable of that as well. Do not put anything outside of yourself. I've talked about this a lot of times in my videos where I say that we are all connected, and it's because it's the truth. And I spoke about this a little bit yesterday or the day before yesterday, how there's all these different things that help people to separate themselves. Not help in the sense like it's necessarily a good thing, but help like aid to you having this mindset of being separate from everyone. And a lot of times, and I say help aid to that mindset in the sense that you are allowing those thoughts to come and it's feeding into that, which is helping push that mindset forward in the sense that like we are all separate beings. And it's like we are all our individual, but we are all connected. And it's not even just human beings, like you are connected to everything. In my mind, how I understand it, it's a matter of if everything is energy, the sun is energy. Trees have energy into it. I mean, the trees provide oxygen, you know what I mean? The grass, plants, living things, flowers, you know, you have to take care of flowers, you have to water it, you have to put them in certain types of conditions. Obviously, animals, you can clearly see that those are living beings. They're a lot closer in a sense for understanding about like living things, because, you know, they move around, they jump, they play, they do a lot of things that human beings do, but everything is alive, you know. And how you treat that, in a sense, is how you're going to treat yourself. And it's like, that's also why it's such a good thing to having that mindset will better help you to understand and actually aid you towards having compassion for people and seeing yourself within these other people and understanding that you really are not alone, and not having that mindset of everyone being separate also helps with you not having feelings of, you know, jealousy or envy or hatred or, you know, scarcity. There's a lot of different emotions and mindsets that can come about whenever you continue to, you know, feed into that mindset of you being separate from everyone. Having that, the type of understanding where you are believing that you are separate from everyone, is what leads people to thinking that certain things are outside of their capability and thinking that certain things are outside of them overall, and that that's something that they won't be able to experience. And having that understanding that everything is connected and everything is a part of source should be confirmation to you that you are also that as well. You are capable of that life. You are already living that life that you want to live. It's a matter of doing the things that lead to that and having that self-talk that I talk about in my videos, and everything leading towards that. And another thing too I wanted to point out, sometimes when complications do happen where it seems like something is slightly difficult, is in a sense something where it's telling you you're supposed to allow things to flow, you know. If something is repeatedly happening and it seems like it's overly complicated, just allow things to be how they are and allow things to flow, and don't try to fight against it. Whenever you surrender and you allow things to be as they are, it leads you to the other direction. Like it leads you more towards your path, the path that is leading towards the life that you want. And if you're watching this, that means that you already know this. And right now, you're just curious more about, again, whether or not you are on the right path, and you are. This is a part of the process. That's how everything works. It's like once you allow, you've already surrendered, whether that's like certain people that don't need to be in your life, certain environments you didn't need to be in, certain aspects about yourself that you needed to heal from, certain habits that you had, certain mindsets and views on how you view the world. For example, if you are a person that used to be very judgmental, if you used to talk about people in a bad way, a negative way, if you used to be very very negative towards other people and very degrading towards other people, and you just had this sort of like very heavy energy towards putting another person down, and just how you had a lot of mindsets about a lot of things, like putting that type of energy out, and over time you've discovered that that's not the mindset to have. And maybe you did it because you were trying to fit in, and now you're to this point where you figured all of this out and you have a better understanding. Either you are figuring it out or you already have figured it out, and it all leads to the same thing, and you are in the right place at the right time. And it's a matter of just keep doing what you've been doing, and it's going to lead there. Do not allow yourself to fall back into anything that you do not need to fall back into. Right now is your time. Right now is the time to do it. Do not keep postponing yourself. Do not keep holding yourself back. Do not allow these things to fill your mind and think that it's a matter of you not being deserving of it. Accept your life the way that it is. You deserve everything that is in your life right now, and you will continue to attract those things that you desire. the more that you have that understanding of how connected we all are, the more that you'll have an understanding of how abundant you are as well. It's like everything, it all leads to that. Everyone is abundant. It's a matter of how you think of yourself and your habits, all of that stuff. You are connected to every single person here. We are not separate. We are all a part of the same thing. We come from the same place. Life is about discovering yourself. Like I said, self-discovery. It's about experiences, and you're on this journey of learning about all of this stuff, and every aspect of it is a part of the journey. So don't hate any part of it. Like if you went through hardships, don't hate that about that. Like you should love that, because that led you to where you are now. You know, if you're watching this video, you are in the right spot. Everything has led to this moment, and I'm sure like once you look back at all of that, and you just start to notice like it all leads to that. And that's how we all transform. That's how we all continue to become the new version of ourselves. And I know that you can feel it, and it's very amazing. Like I'm sure that you've just noticed things about other people, and even on this app, like about how similar we all are to each other. Like people can get so caught up with people portraying a certain type of image and different types of things, maybe like just so many different things that can get you in this mindset. Like I've said this before, like if it's a race, or if it's a certain hairstyle, or you think a skin tone, or you think a place that you were born, or you think a certain class or whatever that keeps you separate. Like we are all on earth. Like we are all here. We are all here. Like we are literally all here, you know? Like we are all connected. We really are. And the further that you go, the more that you literally will understand that. Like you will feel it. You will literally feel it. If you resonated with anything I spoke about, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you, and bye.